Hello, good morning student. Let us enter into the one more session of our statistics. Today I will be telling you lot of theoretical part of this particular chapter. As I told you that there are many topics in this particular chapter related to a theory. Lot of weightage is given to a theory, so be careful with the theories and you will have to write particular points while writing the theories. So today I will be telling you how to write answer also. Many times we are getting the 2 marks or 3 marks question for a theories. So let us enter into the new session of this chapter number 1, index number. First of all, as per the usual schedule, always we go for a revision of a previous topic. Previous topic, as I told you last time, was index number. What is index number? So according to the definition and meaning of index number, it's a parameter, it's a measure which tells you the changes. Usually it's a measure of a changes which occurs in the value of a variable that is called as a index number. We had a formula for index number, and then I told you the characteristics of index number. I told you how to calculate general index number. The formula was also told to you how to calculate general index number, and usually we use the symbol I for representing index number. Now today's topic will tell you uses of that index number. Once more I am repeating that meaning and definition of index number. Any number which tells you the changes in the market value, changes in the economic condition of a country, changes in the prices of any item, that is called index number. But when we will go through the uses of index number, then you will come to know what is the important role played by the index number in our economics. So today one very important article which I am going to tell you is uses of index number. There are 7-8 uses given in your textbook for index number, but usually I say it's an ideal question for 3 marks, theoretical question. So suppose this question comes for 3 marks, then what do you do? Write heading properly. So keep in touch with the textbook also, as we were doing in the previous classes, 11th class especially. When I told you to write an answer of any theoretical part, heading should be proper. So here on page number 5, heading is given uses of index number. Question will be asked in this way. Question will be, what is index number? Write few uses of index number. Now see the marks side by. If it is up for 2 marks, then write 4 to 5 points, and if it is up for 3 marks, many times I saw this question comes for 3 marks, then go for 6 to 7 points. But you will have to follow the heading properly. And not only heading, after writing the heading, you write at least 1 or 2 lines about that particular heading. So I am teaching you how to write about that heading also. So first of all, index number already I told you, it's that particular number which gives you an idea about the economic condition of a market, economic condition of our country, economic condition of that particular people, society, etc. So now we are familiar with this name. We have a formulas also. 1 or 2 formulas already I told you with example how to calculate index number. But today I am telling you many uses of index number. So come on one by one. First use is index number for trade. Whatever the economic activities are going on in the country, you know, now our market is open throughout the world. I am talking about whole world. You know that there is now some treaties made by the different countries for export and imports. So index number is very useful for trading also. Economic activities in the country and in trade, index number will tell how that country is going to deal with that trade. So put the heading properly and then write at least 1 or 2 lines and some important the wordings and the line which is given in your textbook also. So first uses I told you, index number is going to be very useful for trade system, for trading of a country, activities in the country, its trade with the other countries, export, import will be decided with the index number for trade. Now second one is wholesale price index number. Wholesale price index number, we are aware of that every month we get a one number from the government side, inflation number, whether price is rising, whether price is decreasing, what is the situation of market, that is actually calculated by this wholesale price index number. If a government says that wholesale price index number is going up, is going down, according to that economic condition of a society and people is actually decided. Now by the help of this wholesale price index number, it is nowadays it is given after every month by the government, and that shows the condition of a market. Now wholesale price index number, what is the advantage? If a number is known to the government, they can plan about the people, they can plan, RBI can plan about the people, finance ministry can decide the salaries, allowances to the service people. So that can be decided by wholesale price index number. Now there is one formula, remember this formula. This formula is very important. Rate of inflation. To a common people also, you can see that they know about this rate of inflation. Formula may not be familiar to them, but you should know that formula. There are one or two questions related to this formula also, that afterwards. Rate of inflation can be calculated by wholesale index number of a current year minus difference wholesale index number of a previous year multiplied by 100 divided by wholesale index number of previous year. Go through this formula in your textbook. Usually I suggest the student to make a separate copy for a formulas of each and every chapter of a part 1. Formula plays a very important role in this particular chapter. Already in the previous classes, previous session, already I gave you one or two formulas. Then third formula or fourth formula of this particular chapter is, I am repeating this formula. Even this will helpful to you to calculate the rate of inflation. You can help your parents also, surrounding of you, how this is calculated by government. What they do, wholesale index number of current year minus wholesale index number of previous year multiplied by 100 divided by, see that formula in your textbook, wholesale price index number of previous year. And many times they take previous year or any base year, that I will be telling you in the next topic. Now third use is cost of living index number. Now cost of living index number tells the condition of that people of that particular country. For example, this is useful to know the purchasing power of people. What happens if a cost of living index number is very high? Then people will be more able to purchase the many item. The food item, it's okay, then luxurious item. So purchasing power of people is actually known by cost of living index number. So this is very important. Afterwards you are going to get formula to calculate cost of living index number, after next sessions. Now fourth one is index number of human development. Living standard of a people of a particular society, particular state or particular area can be calculated by index number of human development. Poverty increases, poverty decreases, otherwise poverty existing in a particular caste, community, that can be easily known by index number of human development. Then index number of a national income. Economic condition of any country can be known by index number of a national income. Then index number of industrial production, whether production in an industry increases, decreases, what is the condition of that industries, whether it is growing up or whether it is going down. This can be known by index number of industrial production. Changes in the production in industrial and the craft field can be known by index number of industrial production. Seventh one is index number for agriculture production. Changes in the prices of agriculture production, their equipment, the material they uses, the seeds they uses. Otherwise, in agriculture, you know that the production can be increased or decreased by manures, etc. That can be known by index number of agriculture production. Now, eighth one is, after completing 6 and 7 uses, index number for industrial production and index number for agriculture production. Now let us see eighth one, index number of import and export. Already earlier also I told you during the trade also that this index number is very helpful for deciding the policy for export or import of that particular country. Which material should be imported or exported, that can be decided by the index number. Already this point and the point which we found in the index number of trade, this can be mixed up, both are showing the same thing. Now index number for employment, you know the condition of not only our country but whole world. The employment problem is too much even in our country also. So this index number shows the condition for unemployment in any country. So we are talking about our country. So index number will tell you the condition for unemployment. By that, government can decide the policy for the employment. So this is our 9th point. 10th one is index number of capital investment. Now you know that the market prices goes up, goes down. Every now and then you are listening in the different TV channels also that today the share price of so and so product or a company increase or decrease. That can be easily known by index number of capital investments. Changes in the, so I told you that not only heading, at least when it comes for 3 marks question, at least you should write 1 or 2 lines about that particular point. Not only heading, you will have to write something. So here what you can write, index number of capital investment. Changes in the prices of a share market or the stock exchange, that can be known by this index number. Government securities and flow of capital investment can be done according to the knowledge of this particular index number. So it is totally related with our share market. Then index number of raw material. This index number provides a necessary guidance for traders, businessmen, economists about the policy and production and the sales of a raw material. For example, you know that in Gujarat, Surat city is very important in a raw material of a diamond. Diamond is not produced in a Surat city, but Surat city is known for a diamond. Why? Because there the raw materials are used and it is converted into a proper jewelry type of a diamond. So the knowledge of a raw material can be obtained by index number of a raw materials. Now these are the 11 or 12 points, 11 point. 1 point I mixed up actually. You can make it as 10 also. Then you see what is the total marks on that particular question. This is my expected question for any exam. If a theoretical question comes, they can ask you how the question can be. Question can be like this: what is index number? Write few uses of index number. Remember the headings. Heading you will have to write as per your textbook only. And headings are very familiar to you. It's a heading which we are listening in our day-to-day life also. Remember the heading and you should have a ability of describing that heading for at least 1 to 2 lines. 3 marks question, at least you write 7 points. Then you can score all 3 out of 3. Now, see the importance. How many uses? Just now you saw the 11 uses. That shows that index number plays a very important role. In the beginning of the chapter also I told you, index number is like a thermometer. Nowadays suppose it's a summer. As soon as I say room temperature is, presently suppose room temperature is 40 degree, immediately you will come to know the condition of our room. Similarly, index number shows the economic condition of that country. In a paragraph just below this uses, they say that index number is like a barometer. You know what is barometer? Barometer actually tells you the pressure of a human being, pressure, surrounding atmosphere pressure, etc. Similarly, index number, as soon as you come to know, for a commerce student, index number immediately tells you the condition of that country, whether country is developing or it is fully developed or it is underdeveloped. That can be done by knowing the index number. So this topic is very important. Now after doing this topic, you revise it, you try to write all the points again and again as you were doing in the 11th class also. In the next session again we are going to revise this topic. Now one more topic I am introducing today, just an introduction, because second topic is very important for a calculation purpose. A lot of questions are related with the second topic of today. So today just I am introducing that topic. Then in a coming session I am going to tell you more about that topic. The name of our next heading is, it's an article 1.4 base year. Every now and then during the calculation of index number, in the beginning of the chapter I told you that the price of a current year, then it was compared with the price of previous year, and at that time I was using the word base year. Now what is base year? Base year plays a very important role. Many times government cunningly chooses the base year according to their convenient. Ideal base year is a previous year, but sometimes it happens because the condition of economic condition of country changes year to year. For example, in one of the years, suppose there are a lot of storms and earthquakes in our country, so economic condition of our country will go down. And suppose if you are taking that as a base year, and then the index number is calculated for a present year, naturally index number will be nice. So important role is played by the base year. There are different points given in your book how to choose that base year. Usually ideal definition of base year is that year chosen by the person to calculate index number, which can be considered as a normal year. Normal year means no worst flood situation, no earthquake, etc. But I will be telling you how to choose that base year. Actually there are two methods to calculate that base year. Base year is calculated with the help of two methods. There are certain questions also given on this particular method that I will be telling you. First one is fixed base method, by which we can calculate the index number, and second one is a chain based method. There are many questions given as an example and question in the exercise. So in a coming session what I am going to do, we are going to understand these two topics theoretically, as well as to support these two topics I am going to do some questions also. So in this session we have completed one very important topic, and it's my guessing also. So prepare this topic properly, then we'll go for a next topic. Okay, thank you.